we mentioned Microsoft in this, and there's a story about Microsoft, guys, that I think was interesting this week. And the headline here: Project Keystone is Microsoft's affordable Xbox cloud gaming streaming stick. Oh, that's a mouthful. It says, but don't expect it anytime soon. So Microsoft confirmed they're working on a streaming device capable of streaming Xbox games through the cloud. It'll be like a dongle-style device. It's meant to be an easy and affordable option for people that want to play and access games on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now, the idea would be to connect to any TV or monitor without the need for a console. Interesting, right? Given the success of Game Pass. Question for you guys: how is this different from Stadia, really? I mean, doesn't this sound kind of like Stadia? Sort of, a little bit?
Well, it's different from Stadia in the sense that it actually has Xbox behind it and like in content. And so
Fair.
People will develop for it and it will have games when it comes out. But it is very similar to Stadia. And I think, I mean, maybe you just poisoned my brain there by mentioning Stadia, but I'm very bullish on this. Like, this seems to me like, and I think you even actually had mentioned this as the future a few weeks ago, where it's like, this feels like this is in 10 years how we're going to be gaming, where it's going to be like an Apple TV type device or like a Roku or something, Chromecast, Firestick. I'm using, they're all the same thing basically, but it will be some little tiny plug-in that you put into your TV, or even just an app that you download, and then it'll stream through the cloud. Like, to me, that feels very much like where this is all heading.
Yeah, I think the comment I made though, Jeff, was hardware goes away, right? Including this. Like, I think you either have high-end PCs or you have everyone else playing on existing hardware, whether it's your phone, your iPad, your Chromecast. I
wouldn't call this hardware if it's like a little dongle.
Hardware they're developing. Hardware Barbecue says, Hardware Barbecue, this is the perfect topic for you. We're talking about hardware. I think the proper comparison would be with NVIDIA. Except NVIDIA doesn't sell, a dongle or a piece of hardware that you have to buy to do this, right? Like, I'm pretty sure NVIDIA works on other devices, including their own Shield device. But yeah. Wenji Lee says, why would you not just use your Fire Stick /Roku /Chromecast? Lindsay, why would you not just use your Fire Stick Roku?
That was my first thought. I actually thought more about how the Fire Stick has become slightly more useless in the age of smart TVs, and how everyone eventually would just be playing on the device that they own, just as you were saying that. But it would be interesting to see in the era before things like Rokus and Chromecasts. I mean, we're not at a point where those are completely out yet, especially for older TVs. And this reads more like a console thing to me than a PC thing. It might be a type of product that people also just plug into their TV to be able to play. I don't know. That's actually a good question. Do you all see this more on, you see this as a TV product, right? Not
TV, yeah.
It's what makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I guess I get a little bit like maybe the portability, right? You put this in a backpack with a controller. You're at a hotel room, you plug it into the TV, and you can play all your Xbox games on the TV, whatever. I sort of get the use case. Again, I'm not sure about the fit between the target. Like, is this casual gamers? Is this more hardcore gamers? I'm not clear who this is going after. I'm not clear who this is going after. But I still believe, and Lindsay, you mentioned this, the hardware gets disintermediated very quickly. And it's sort of Wenji Lee's point and your point. You already have a Fire Stick. You already have a Roku. You already have a Chromecast. You already probably have a smart TV. You probably have all these other devices are perfectly capable of doing everything this can do. I'm not sure I understand the need for a dedicated Xbox branded device. I don't know. Jeff?
I think it's maybe an intermediary step. I mean, I don't view the device as something like...
Do they sell more Game Passes because of this? Because they bundle it with something physical? Do you think that makes Game Pass more palatable as an offering?
How would that be different if it's a download on your TV that you need to have? Like,
no, but meaning when people something? Like, it's always like the grandmother kind of use case, right? If I tried to sell my grandmother on Xbox Game Pass, it's a little bit nebulous. You're not sure what you're actually buying, right? Versus you put it with a little dongle and a controller, and now it seems like you're buying something. You're buying a gaming system.
I could buy that. I mean, I see your point about the grandma test. Over time, like, I think if you can make it not have hardware, it will be better for you in terms of like gross profit dollars versus like the incremental few grandmas you're going to get to buy it, like because they see it in the store. But I think it's more like they need the hardware now. If they didn't need the hardware, I don't think they would do it just to get the incremental sales.
I don't know. Look, if this works fantastically, if it's fabulously successful, it proves how inept Google was with Google Stadia, right? It proves that they completely, because it's basically the same thing with content. I get it, it's a little bit different. But if it fails, it proves that you should not be trying to follow in Google's footsteps on anything gaming related. Hardware Barbecue says deployment-wise, yeah, I understand. I mean, it is a service very similar to NVIDIA's.